G'day guys, you're back with Miracle Max. We're out filming on location today on a mobile repair. We're having a look at a Kia Rio 2005 model with a 1.5 litre engine in it. The thing just won't go. So the customers called me out here because they have broken down on the side of the road, but they managed to get the vehicle back to their house. So apparently it's cranking over, but it's a no start situation, and they also said that the check engine light is on the dash. So let's hook up the scan tool and see what we find. I've hooked up the scanner and you can see that it's a P0340 camshaft position sensor, which is actually what I thought about last night as I lay awake half the night trying to figure out inside my head the list of endless possibilities that it could be. What sort of symptoms would this produce? In this particular model, possibly no spark and possibly no injection. So what do we do to try and test this particular sensor and see if that's the fault? So to make access easier, I've pulled off the engine cover and I've also pulled off this intake ducting. Now normally on a sensor you would find 5 volts as the reference, but in this particular case, as you can see, it's 12.3 or system voltage. There's no dropout at all according to my oscilloscope there, my little baby oscilloscope. I didn't bring the Pico with me, I didn't want to risk it, and also I want to put it into my diagnostic centre, but I digress. The sensor voltage, reference voltage, is 12 volts, not 5 volts as you would expect. So just watch out for that, guys. Let's check our ground next. At the moment I have my oscilloscope negative hooked up to battery ground. What I'm going to do now to prove the integrity of the ground circuit in the sensor or in the ECU is now move this over here down onto my sensor. I'll leave my 12 volt reference there, find my ground over here, and then that will tell me if it is a good ground. How I'm doing that is I've got some rulers on my oscilloscope at the moment. So if I see any drop whatsoever when I move my ground over to the sensor ground, then I'll know that I've got a voltage drop. So keep an eye out for here, and I'll now find my negative on that little sensor wire. Okay, it wasn't too hard, it's just the green wire in this particular case. Insert it there. Next thing I need to look at is my sensor producing a square wave signal? Okay, let's crank it and have a look at the signal. Well, that's interesting. It's a nice square wave signal. It's continual, it's not dropping out. Got to look further into this one. What I've done is I haven't been happy with the way it's been cranking over. It's very consistent, but it's not sort of fighting the compression, if you know what I mean. So what I've done is tried to put it on top dead center as best as I can. I'll zoom in to show you. So although you probably can't see what I'm looking at, there's a little mark down there and it's mighty close to top dead center. I'd say, let's have a look, where's my top dead center mark? Is that 10 degrees? Actually it's pretty damn close to top dead center. Very, very close. Okay. Now my main problem is at top dead center, my camshafts should be at top dead center as well. And if we have a look here, I'll just zoom back a little bit. Now you can see the timing belt has been done before. You can see that the E is over here, and you can see the little paint mark up here, and the I is over here, and there's a little paint mark there. Now to me that indicates, and the belt's tight, no probs. The only thing that indicates to me is that perhaps the, I don't know, perhaps the camshaft, or the crankshaft, sorry, has stripped a tooth and jumped. I'd have to turn the engine over several times to see if there's a tooth stripped out or not, but in my opinion we've got some bent valves here, guys, and that's why our compression is not real happy, and that's why we are not going. Anyway, time to talk to the customer. Always a happy conversation. Not. Well guys, this is the bad news. It has in fact bent all the valves, 16 valves all told, and unfortunately, yeah, I've told the customer, and yeah, it's going to be a no-go situation. It's just not worth it for the price of the car. I've got it on top dead center, number one, down on the crankshaft. The pulley is lined up as best as I can, and I even put a screwdriver in on top of the piston with the spark plug out so that I could get it up. And when I tried to turn the crankshaft around and around, it got to a point where it went clunk and wouldn't go any further. Of course, with the starter motor, there's enough torque in the starter motor for it to continue to go, you know, further and further. And I did find out from the customer just then that they said that when it stopped, there was a big bang or a clunk noise. So that information would have been helpful before, but that's all we can deal with, I guess. But if you have a look here, like I said, top dead center, so the piston's all the way up the top, and the valves, you can see there's a mark here where it's been marked previously, exhaust and inlet, and see these little marks over here and here. That's where they should line up with. So in actual fact, I believe it's 6 teeth out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, about 6 teeth out on both. So obviously it's spun on the crankshaft. If I went around far enough, I would find teeth, 1 or 2 teeth or several teeth missing where it's spun, whereas the camshafts have gone together or continued on by themselves. So that's it, guys. Unfortunately I can't show you a repair because it's not worth repairing for the price of the car. So I hope you got something from the video today, guys. It was more of a diagnosis than a repair. There is no repair to carry through. It's just not worth it for the price of the car. If you did enjoy the video and you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and feel free to comment down below. Don't forget about that notification bell. You don't want to miss any future videos, do you? Until next time, guys, this is Miracle Max signing off. I will catch you later.